Jai Jinendra, Panchaparmeshti ko Naman. Welcome to my channel Love for Jainism by Neha Gandhi Gill. Today's topic is Posh Dashami in Jainism. Parshvanath Bhagwan's blessings on all of us. In our journey today, we will move through four sections: understanding Posh Dashami, the historical context, prescribed rituals, and finally experiencing its power through stories. Each section builds upon the previous one. Stay with me till the end because finally you will discover this Aradhana's core message, leading our soul towards equanimity and samadhi. Let's begin. Welcome to the divine journey of Posh Dashmi. This powerful 3 days discipline falls on the Maksarvad Nom Dasam Igyaras, the 9th, 11th, 10th, and 11th day of the waning moon in the lunar month of Maksar or Posh. This year, the date corresponds to 13th, 14th, and 15th December 2025. Maksarvad Dasam is the Janma Kalyanak of Bhagwan Parshwanath, and Maksarvad Agyaras is the Diksha Kalyanak. And hence Posh Dashmi is dedicated to our 23rd Tirthankar Bhagwan Parshwanath. This image is the idol at Bhelupur Tirth, Varanasi, the place of Bhagwan's Chavan, Janma and Diksha Kalyana. Bolo Shri Parshvanath Bhagwan ki Jai. The worship of Parshvanath Bhagwan during Posh Dashmi cultivates inner equanimity. This state of balance prepares the soul for samadhi, a peaceful, aware, and detached passing away. The scriptures explain that this is not incidental. Bhagwan Parshvanath Bhagwan's own journey to Paramatma Pad was achieved through consistently practicing of equanimity amid suffering, danger, and opposition, an unbroken samadhi. 10 lives. By aligning our aradhana with his path, we gradually develop the same inner steadiness that leads towards samadhi. The sacred tap is observed through either 3 consecutive upwas or ekashana alongside its prescribed rituals. The specific detail of this tap is in the section 3 of this video. Devotion of Bhagwan Parshwanath is known for removing obstacles, granting peace, and fulfilling deep spiritual intentions. For centuries, devotees have experienced miraculous results through this sacred observance. Central to the observance of Posh Dashmi is the legendary Sri Shankheshwar Parshwanath Mahatirth. This is the image of the ancient idol of Shankheshwar Tirth. The sacred origin of Sri Shankheshwar Mahatirth dates back to the era of the 22nd Tirthankar Shri Neminath Bhagwan. Today, it draws thousands of pilgrims annually, with the largest gathering occurring during Posh Dashmi. And why on Posh Dashmi? As this Tirth is famous for its spiritual power, there are countless stories of devotees reporting inner peace and life changing results after performing the Posh Dashmi Tap. But what is the history behind the glory of this ancient Tirth? In the previous chaw, we see the previous cycle of Tirthankars, the 9th Tirthankar, Sri Damodar Swami, foretold that a devout Shravak, Ashadhi, would become a Gandhar, a chief disciple of Bhagwan Parshwanath, the 23rd Tirthankar of the current cycle, and ultimately attain moksha. Filled with immense joy, he commissioned a sculptor to create an idol of Sri Parshvanath Prabhu, then worshipped this idol day in and day out. This idol's journey has just begun. After Ashadhi Shravak's death, he was reborn in Devlok as a Dev, a celestial being. Using his clairvoyant knowledge, Avadhi Gnan, he brought the sacred idol to Devlok and continued its worship. The idol was worshipped even in the realms of the sun and the moon in the netherworld, Patal Lok. Wherever the devotion of this idol took place, a stream of happiness and prosperity began to flow. Soon, this murti reached a battlefield. Following the Mahabharat war, after Bhim killed Duryodhan, the Jarasandh faction of the Kauravas became agitated. They believed Shri Krishna had a hand in the outcome and sought revenge. This led to a fierce battle between King Jarasandh forces and Shri Krishna. During that battle, a strange and deadly force fell upon Shri Krishna's army. As the battle progressed, Jarasandh sees his army falter. He unleashes a powerful dark magic known as Jara Vidya on Shri Krishna's army. This devastating spell started turning Shri Krishna's mighty soldiers old and weak, causing panic. Only Shri Krishna and his cousin Prince Nemkumar remained untouched by the curse. With the war grinding to a halt, what was the divine counter spell used by Shri Krishna? In this dire crisis, Sri Krishna asked Prince Nemi Kumar for his counsel to protect his army. Our 22nd Tirthankar Bhagwan Neminath, before taking Diksha, was Prince Nem Kumar. Nem Kumar advised him to perform the 3-day Attham Tap, worship of Parshvanath Bhagwan, with 3 days fasting without food or water. Sri Krishna accepted this counsel and commenced the tap with earnest devotion. Pleased by Sri Krishna's intense penance, Bhagwan Parshwanath's attending deity Padmavati Devi appeared and presented him the sacred celestial idol created by Ashadhi Shravak. Sri Krishna performed the Snatra Puja of the Jinnah. He then sprinkled the Naman Jal of the puja upon his afflicted army. With the unimaginable power of the Prabhu's Naman Jal, the deadly Jara Vidya instantly vanished. The soldiers were revived and fought with full enthusiasm, leading to Sri Krishna's victory. A new shrine was born. Jarasandh was defeated and Krishna was victorious. In triumph, Krishna blew the conch shell, the Shankanath, and established the village of Sankhpur or Shankheshwar at the very spot where the temple stands today. He performed the Pratishtha or divine installation of Ashadhi Shravak's sacred idol. From that day, the idol is known as Shankheshwar Parshwanath Bhagwan. This 3-day Attham Tap is now eternally linked to attaining victory. Many Jains are not fully aware of our timeless festivals. If you are finding value, please like, share, and subscribe. Together, let's share our rich Jain heritage to our fellow Jains. Now that we know the history of the Tirth, let's look at the prescribed rituals. In the Posh Dashami Aradhana, the scriptures describe true strict method for the sincere practitioner, a 3-day Upwas and a 3-day Ekashana observance. Both are deep, disciplined practices meant for those who can follow the full austerity. At the same time, the Aradhana also provides a third option, a flexible part designed for the common householder, allowing every Shravak to participate meaningfully according to their capacity. Together, these three approaches make the Posh Dashami Aradhana accessible to all, from the most dedicated practitioner to the busy grahast seeking spiritual uplift. Method 1, 3 days Upwas requires maximum commitment, accompanied by specific daily rituals. We will observe Pratikraman twice, Devandan thrice daily. On all these 3 days, devotees must perform the Snatra Puja, Ashtaprakari Puja, Chaitya Vandan with deep reverence. Together, these rituals create the devotional foundation for the entire sadhana. Each day of the Upavas, we offer 12 swastik, fruits, and Naivedya with pure bhav. We do 12 Logas Kausak and give 12 Khamasamnas, each offered with a specific doha, invoking the mantra Om Reem Shri Shankheshwar Parshvanathaya Namaha. The number 12 honors the 12 attributes of Arihant Bhagwan, making the entire practice deeply auspicious. These practices symbolize the surrender and inner purification. What is the powerful mantra jap prescribed? For mantra jap, we complete 125 mala over the 3 days, divided as 40, 45, and 40. We choose any one of the prescribed Shankheshwar Parshwanath mantras and remain committed to it for all 3. Jap is performed in silence, strengthening our focus and devotion. In method 2, all the rituals from method 1 are kept exactly the same. The only difference are these 2 points. First, instead of 3 days of Upwas, method 2 requires 3 days of Ekashana with these fixed items. Only sugar water on Vad Navam, only kheer on Vad Dasam, and a regular Ekashana meal on Vat Agyaras. Second, the mantra jap is flexible. We can do a minimum of 20 malas per day, whereas it is fixed at 125 mala in method 1. Other than these two differences, everything else is identical in method 1 to method 1. Across all methods of this sacred tap, certain common guidelines are crucial for success. We observe strict ethical control by abandoning aram and samharam, observing ahimsa in mind, body, and mind, speech, and action. We maintain a peaceful inner state, focusing intently on repentance and inner purification. The post Dashmi Tap is a core 3 day observance, method 1 and method 2, but its aradhana is often undertaken as a long term vow. There are three recognized durations. You may choose the fixed term of 10 consecutive years or the most intense vow, lifetime commitment. The third option is the monthly on each Vaddasam, an annual vow performed continuously for 10 years and 10 months. If these two rigorous methods are still too restrictive for the common householder, what is the more lenient yet still spiritually beneficial? Method 3 of observance. Method 3 provides the third, highly accessible approach to the Posh Dashmi Aradhana, designed for working individuals, the elderly, those whose health issues or have health issues, or anyone with genuine limitations. This path allows flexibility on all the core rituals, from fasting to mantra jap, as long as the underlying bhav is pure and the limitation genuine. This ensures that every householder can participate meaningfully and progress spiritually through the sacred Posh Dashmi Aradhana. Let's hear two amazing stories related to the miracles of Posh Dashmi. Miracle 1, Redemption of Surdatt Seth. Surdatt Shreshthi was once a wealthy merchant with a fleet of 500 ships. But fate struck cruelly. Every ship was lost in the ocean. His fortune vanished overnight, leaving behind only debt, humiliation, and despair. The man, once praised as a great trader, fell to the depth of ruin. Surdatt still had one last hope, an ancestral treasure of 91 crore gold coins buried deep in his home. When he uncovered it, the unthinkable happened. The entire treasure had transformed into coal. The second blow shattered what little stability he had left. In the darkest hour, Surdatt turned inwards. He was guided to the power of Parshvanath Bhagwan's Attham Tap, today known as Posh Dashmi Aradhana. With nothing left but faith, he performed this discipline with a pure heart and absolute surrender. His devotion became his final anchor. As the Aradhana completed, miracles unfolded. One by one, all 500 ships returned safely with the goods intact. The coal in his house transformed back to gold coins. His wealth, honor, and dignity was restored, and Surdatt was soon reappointed as the Nagar Seth of the city. With complete faith in Jain Dharma, Surdatt took Diksha and embraced the spiritual path. At life's end, he attained Kal Dharma and was reborn in the 10th Devlok. From there, he will descend into Mahavidya Kshetra, take birth as a prince, attain Keval Gnan, and ultimately achieve moksha. Surdatt's journey reminds us that when devotion meets discipline, Posh Dashmi Aradhana can turn loss into abundance and despair into upliftment. His path is open to anyone who walks with faith. Miracle 2, Cow's Divine Offering, Revolution of the Idol, and the Sixth Renovation. North of Shankheshwar village, near the cremation ground, there was an old pit. A merchant's cow passed that spot every evening while returning from gazing. Each day, she yielded her milk at a particular spot, leaving none for the cowherd to collect at home. Puzzled by the disappearance of the milk, the cowherd decided to follow her. At the specific spot, he witnessed milk flowing freely from her udders. Feeling certain that something sacred lay beneath, he dug the spot to uncover the truth. To his amazement, the Murti of Bhagwan Shankheshwar Parshwanath emerged from the earth untouched and radiant. Sometimes after the fifth renovation in the 14th century, but before the 16th century, due to the circumstances, the idol was buried to protect it from the invaders until the cowherd found the idol. When the Sangh learnt of this miracle under the guidance of Acharya Vijay Sen Suri, this ancient idol was reinstated in a new temple, signifying the sixth renovation. Shankeshwar Parshvanath Bhagwan, for the benefit of the Sangh, reveals his presence in the most unexpected places. This brings us to the end of our post Dashmi information. Let's summarize. Posh Dashami, a 3 day tap, an eternal tirth, and countless transformations. My sincere thank you for watching and learning with me. If you like this video, do like, share, and subscribe to my channel Love for Jainism by Neha Gandhi Gill. Your support helps me to spread our timeless Jain Dharma to everyone. Jai Jinendra. If I have knowingly or unknowingly written or said anything in thought, word, or deed against with Ragsvani, I seek forgiveness. Ichhami